Garden Project of Lane County was a seed of an idea that was planted 18 years ago. Over the years, we've bloomed into the organization that we've become today. We've grown from our humble beginnings of planning and constructing school and community gardens to now providing next-generation science instruction in our garden classrooms. During the 2018-19 school year, School Garden Project provided Science in the Garden lessons to 1,388 children. We currently partner with 22 elementary and middle schools located throughout the 4J, Bethel, and Springfield school districts. At the end of our 2018-19 program year, 86% of our students demonstrated an increase in science knowledge. 62% of our students reported trying new vegetables. 66% reported that they liked more vegetables.
In my garden, I would grow flowers that would look like a sky.
Hi, my name is Selene Flores, and I was fortunate enough to be a fourth grade teacher teaching School to Garden Project in my classroom. As a teacher, my experience was a great one. I really enjoyed the curriculum. I enjoyed the educators. I enjoyed the organization coming and visiting my classroom, learning what we do in our classroom. Particularly the volunteers and the educators made connections with my students. As a teacher, it's important to build community, and it's easy to do that when you're talking about gardening and you're out in the garden and you're hands-on. The impact that it had as a teacher, I really feel that our community needs this available to them as much as possible. Gardening shouldn't be a privilege for anyone. It should be something that is accessible to everyone. And unfortunately, it's not. So when the School to Garden Project is in schools and communities where marginalized communities or low-income communities can benefit from them, it really supports the whole community, and it really helps the student be able to feel valued and seen as well, and not just feeling like they don't get to participate because they don't have a garden in their home. So they are able to participate in that, and I saw a wonderful impact that had on some of my students.
Thank you for teaching me garden. I love garden.
I'm Mitzi Shirk, and I teach second grade at Edgewood Elementary. We've done the School Garden Project for 5 years or a little bit more, and I really love it. And one thing, I'm an avid gardener myself, and I find that gardening grounds me and gives me a sense of peace, and I think it's so wonderful for kids to be able to have that experience. It's fun just to watch them out in the garden. They have lots of fun, but they also learn a lot. And interestingly enough, it dovetails exactly with our fairly new curriculum. The district has a new science program for like the last 2 or 3 years, and we study the second unit is pebble, sand, and silt, which is about soil. And interestingly enough, that's just what we had our lesson on today.
The best garden teachers ever. All of you are what make our garden the garden of respect.
Awesome. Okay, so I volunteer with the School Garden Project because I believe it's a great way to give back to the community, and as well as I enjoy working with kids and teaching them about the garden and and how to garden as well. I know when I was a younger kid, I didn't have anything like this growing up, so I think it's awesome that School Garden Project does this in various schools across the Springfield, Eugene area, and there's other locations that they do it as well.
Okay, good. I love the kids. They're at such a great age, and they have so much enthusiasm, and they love to learn, and they're so much fun.
In my garden, I would have flowers that color anything it touches. Also, strawberries and blueberries will light up like fireflies at night.
I'm Charlie Jett, principal at Two Rivers Dos Rios Elementary School in Springfield, and it is my honor to talk about the School Garden Project. We've had the School Garden Project coming to Two Rivers Dos Rios now for, oh my goodness, longer than I've been here in 4 years at the school, and every year the students really just shine and love this program. The opportunity to go outside several days a week and be in a garden when many of these students don't have a garden or access to a garden, may have not even really, they know what a garden is but haven't set foot in one, and to plant and grow, cultivate plants that they then get to taste and eat. They get so excited, you get to see their faces light up, and they're just very, very excited about it. A quick little story about our behavior program. We do have students who have certain behavior needs, and we're a school with some families that are heavily impacted socioeconomically, but also with trauma. And there have been several instances where I've had to help de-escalate a student who was having a hard day and potentially getting physically aggressive, and it's just, you know, trying to redirect them and say, hey, come on a walk with me, you know, let's go out to the garden. We're going to go out to the garden, and just getting them out of the classroom space or the place that's helping that, or providing this trigger that they're really off-centered, getting them outside and just walking around, maybe just getting their hands to touch some plants or do something. Hey, maybe we'll taste that. Really helps them get back to center, back to baseline, and then back into class where they can be ready to learn and access instruction. And there are just so many benefits, and I could go on and on. But it's so wonderful that you are all here and benefiting School Garden Project, and it's wonderful. It makes a giant difference in many, many ways to our students.
Dear SGB, thank you for teaching us about worms. I loved it. My mom is getting a worm bin for a year. I cannot wait to see the worms. Sincerely, Annabelle.
So the students have the best experiences out there. It being an outdoor activity and being outside, the kids are in the dirt, they're eating things, or they're literally just ripping things off and eating them, and it's wonderful to see them try and experience new things. I've had students that don't try very many things, but particularly out in the garden area will try something because it's out in the garden area. And so again, if location, if it's something that's keeping you from learning and all it is shifting from one place to another, then I'm happy to provide that, because that student learned a new term. He was able to talk to people and advocate for himself about don't yuck my yum. So if you like a certain vegetable and someone else doesn't, that's okay. Don't yuck their yum. So this student felt empowered by being able to say, this is something that I like and I enjoy, so I'm going to stick with it. So don't yuck my yum.
What's your favorite thing to taste?
The cilantro.
What did you like tasting?
The cilantro.
What did you like tasting?
Purple mustard. Purple mustard. Purple mustard. What?
What did you like tasting today?
I don't know. The caramel mustard.
Thank you, School Garden Project! Will you please give to School Garden Project?